What is happening, guys? Welcome back. So, as you can see by the thumbnail and title of the video, we may have done another buy and added another vehicle to the collection. Now, this is a vehicle that I've had a lot of requests for, and I'd say it's the most requested vehicle in the comments when I ask what should we do next, full stop. So, I've answered all your questions, all your replies, and we finally bought one. We have bought another T5. So yes, we have purchased ourselves another T5 as a project on this channel. OG viewers all know, or people that have gone back to the beginning know, that this, or T5, is where the channel started. Boredom during the COVID lockdown led to me buying a van. Someone said, I can't remember who it was, why don't you start another YouTube channel? Started it, and that set us on the journey to where we are now, and the 100,000 subscriber plus community that we've now created. So, like I say, you guys have been asking for another one of these, and secretly in the background, me and my wife Abby have been looking for one for quite a while. We've had campers non-stop for the past like 8 years, and the past year we haven't had one and felt lost without one. So we decided it was time to add another T5 to the stable. So let's have a quick walk around this one and explain a few bits about it. So starting off, looking at the outside, it's a 2008 van. It's got the 2.5 5-cylinder turbo diesel engine in it that has done 171,000 miles. It's got air conditioning, electric windows, rear parking sensors, electric mirrors, and it's got a tow bar on as well, which is an absolute bonus. One owner from new as well. One owner from new. The guy was a plumber and it was his work van. So starting around the outside, front bumper's had bit of paint or something on it, so we're going to have to do something with the front bumper to clean that up. We are going to be staying with the pre-facelift because I just like it. I just think it's understated. Everyone facelifts, everyone makes them look newer. I think this, with age, is starting to look even better than the new stuff, dare I say it. Bonnet, a few dinks and dents in it, which isn't a problem. We can sort those out. Coming around this side, wheels have been acid washed to death, which isn't a problem because they are not going to be staying for very long, because they are horrible, really, is the only way to describe it. We've got a mud flap that's hanging off at the front. Down the side, for its age, I don't think it's too bad. There's a couple of little dinks and dents here and there. It's probably going to need a sliding door in it because there's a dent there, there's a few scratches, the bottom corner's gone. Standard on these vans, on the rear arch, where the sliding door's been coming across and scraping it. We've got deadlocks or whatever they're called, one on here and one on the barn doors. This one shouldn't be a problem because we're going to put glass in there anyway, so we might just have to weld that up, seal it up to put the glass on. Crack rear light, parking sensors, as I said, in the bumpers, and a tow bar. Now that cover has gone rock solid and you can't get it off, so we're going to try and get that off. It's not towed in rather a while, and as you can see, it's had its back door smashed in, so that isn't a massive problem because I'd like to convert this to a tailgate. Did it on my original T5, which I'll insert a picture of here. We did a tailgate conversion on that, so it isn't a big job on these. Connect up the number plate lights, the central locking, and the high level brake lights. Super simple, a few wires to connect up, and it isn't a big deal. You can get all the brackets and everything that allow them on, and the holes are already in the body for the tailgate conversion as well. I like to put a facelift rear bumper on because they just look a little bit nicer. And then down this side, again, we've just got, this side's probably a little bit better. We've got a few dings and dents, and we have got a bit of lacquer peel. Where he's removed these graphics, it's taken a bit of the lacquer off with it, which isn't a major issue. We can sort it out. Round here, door's pretty straight, wing's pretty straight. Wing mirrors, I'd like to put the facelift wing mirrors on. That's the only one thing I would like to do, because I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but they're different. Totally different. So yeah, we'd like to put the facelift mirrors on just to even it out a little bit. And the eagle-eyed of you around here may have spotted that the sill has had a bit of a knock, so we're going to have to either weld a section in or try and pull it out or something, but it isn't the end of the world. We can sort that bit out. Roof rack, that will be coming off. It's a Rhino roof rack, and it's got some Rhino tubes on there as well. That's coming off. That'd more suit a swamper build, which is definitely not what we're going to be doing, because it isn't my style in the slightest. So if anyone's interested, hit me up in the comments. That will be coming off in this episode. So yeah, if you're interested, drop me a message. Might be able to do a deal on it. Right, let's have a look inside. First thing that we need to note is the central locking doesn't work. So the key locks it but doesn't unlock it. And if you put the key in the driver's door to unlock everything, it only unlocks the driver's door, it doesn't unlock everything else. So that's something that we need to look into. Door cards, pretty clean, standard. These break and come off, which isn't an issue. Electric windows, passenger side window. Passenger side window doesn't open on the passenger side switch, but it does on the driver's switch, or the passenger side switch on the driver's door. So hopefully that is a simple wiring problem in this door, which will be simple to sort out. In the cab, it's actually pretty clean. Considering it was a work van, it's done well and kept the interior clean. Dash is nice. There's the odd scratch here and there, which is to be expected, but it's pretty clean, pretty nice. We've got old school iPod connection for the old school like Alpine head unit. Parrot hands-free as well, which is quite nice. 6-speed, which is what the 2.5 is. Air conditioning, which does need regassing, but again, we can get that sorted. And if there's bits need changing, it isn't the end of the world. This button doesn't work, the recirculation button, which is something we're going to have to look into. But seats are nice and clean, which again, they will be coming out. Captain's seat on the driver's seat with both armrests, one hiding behind there. This one, done the standard thing, broken. But I've ordered the bit to fix that. That seat will be coming up for sale soon. As I say, I don't know if you can see on there, 171,000 miles. Steering wheel, seen better days. Headliner, bit dirty, not a problem though. We're going to be covering headliner, pillars, door cards, lower dash, all going to be being covered so it looks nicer. Been looking as well, quite fancy putting the carpet down in there, and obviously we're going to be doing a single seat conversion on this side as well. Looking in here, we've got some free goodies. What we've got all the old tax discs. That we've got, Pro Plus, remember them from all your partying days? You used to smash the Pro Plus so you could keep going. Who knows what's in there? This one's the best one in here. Look at that, absolutely vile. So we'll be removing that and dealing with it with a lot of fire. But yeah, that pocket's full of rubbish as well. But all in here, pretty happy. Not too bad a condition in there. In the back, again, isn't too bad. It's just been a work van. So bulkhead, we'll be getting that out in a minute because I can't get the seat back far enough to be comfortable to drive, so that needs to come out. Plywood, we'll be ripping all the plywood out. Racking's coming out. Headliner sagging as they normally do in that back bit. Plywood all down here. That door, the secondary door on the rear, there's a clip missing inside, so sometimes you can open it from that little handle there, sometimes you have to put your hand in and open it, so not a problem because we're going to be removing them doors and replacing them with a tailgate anyway. And the long wheelbase version, which is what it is, gives you that much extra space. I think it's 400mm or something, 400-500mm of extra space, which doesn't sound a lot, but it makes such a difference inside. So coming around the back, doors are open, does what it needs to do. Got a lot of echo in that metal unit in there, makes your voice echo loads. Looking up here, what I was saying, these are the two holes for the tailgate hinges, and that's the grommet for the wiring, and these are the two holes for the tailgate hinges as well. And all you have to do, the holes are already underneath here, you have to take one of those latches off, and underneath there's a metal plate. You have to fish the metal plate along, and the holes are in the bottom to move the latch over, meaning you're all good. You're all good. You've got the tailgate conversion. You know, I'm thinking at the minute, what do you think? Me and Abby are having this, not argument, discussion, shall we say, about changing that tow bar for a removable swan neck one. Just because then we can take it off and the lines of the van look a little bit cleaner. Or do we just leave or paint and make that one, fix one, look nicer? I'm not sure. What do you think? So, that is that. We've got a T5. I am so stoked and I cannot wait to get started on this vehicle. Now, I imagine I'm going to get comments saying, why have you added something else? The Mark II sat there, you've not done anything with it yet. Just get on with it, because I imagine that's what the comment I'll get. Now, the Mark II is a rather large project, and I'm trying to get a lot of ducks in a row, if you like, so that we can just get on and hit it, because I don't want to stop starting it. I want to just get on with it and get all the chassis dealt with and the body on, so we know what we're doing. And in my head, waiting a little bit so that everything's in place that needs to be in place makes the most sense. we're close. We are close. It hasn't been forgotten about. I do want to do it, and it will be getting done. But with the Lupo not being a huge project, we wanted a camper. We can get a lot of content out of a camper. We figured we would get on with one of these because we wanted to, really. So, with that said, shall we jump in it and we'll go for a little bit of a potter around quickly to do a bit of driving in it. Add a little bit of driving into the video. I'll give you our thoughts on driving it. Then we'll come back. We'll make a start ripping all that inside out, get the bulkhead out here at the workshop, and then we'll go home. I'm going to take the roof rack off at home, because I've got more places to store it, ready for some lovely person to come and purchase. And while we're looking around, have a look at the van. We've got a little visitor. Look, he's here. Out for a little potter on a Sunday morning. Come see how the filming's going on.
Yep.
What do you think to your new van?
Very excited.
Going to get away camping in it again?
Yeah. I feel yeah, we've got...
I was saying, it, as stupid as it sounds, it feels like we've been...
Stuck.
Yeah, stuck without that.
Just
You have a bad... you know what we're like, I'm totally honest about it all. Had wobbles with the old mental health and everything a few times, and genuinely, the one thing I've wanted to do within not long, like hours, is get in a van or camper van and just go somewhere. Just go somewhere, change your scenery for a night, for 2 nights, and we just haven't been able to do that, have we? And you feel trapped. As stupid as it sounds, you feel trapped without having one. So
I think because we lived in a van as well, and we could just go.
You could literally just travel, do what you wanted.
And now we're stuck in a house, which it's lovely to have a house again, but I'm excited about that.
Camper van is going to be the one. So let's jump in it. Let's go for a bit of a drive. Show you the wallowy old girl out on the road, and we'll come back and make a start. Right, camera's all set up. Let's go out for a bit of a drive in the new, to me, T5. And I've got to say, first thing, the T5s I've always had before have been the 1.9 diesels, which are great, brilliant. I think the most powerful one I ever had was a 102 horsepower. This is, I believe, factory 130 horsepower, and that extra 25 horsepower makes a massive difference from the get-go. Whether all my other ones were worn, I don't know, but there's a bit more oomph and a little bit more go about this van. Does what it needs to do. It goes, it stops, it steers. There's a few creaks, a few bangs and a few knocks from various different things, mainly the suspension, which isn't a problem because that is high up on the list of things to sort out, because I have to admit, driving at this altitude makes me feel a little bit ill. Yeah, I don't like being this high up, this wallowy, the side wall of the tyre moving, the soft old suspension, it wallows and makes you feel a bit seasick. So we're going to have to address the suspension. It's probably going to want bushes, etc. I'm not bothered about anything like that. We're planning on changing them anyway. Engine seems pretty good, seems pretty strong. The guy I bought it from, it had the ABS pump replaced. I believe he said this year, maybe last year, it cost 1,200 quid, which is a bonus because apparently they are known for going wrong. It had a clutch, a flywheel, and it had the gearbox rebuilt 4 years ago, which he's told me had done, and he said he was going to dig the invoice out. It was in his books or something. Seems like a nice guy, seems like an honest guy. I believe him. Whether you should believe people you buy cars from or not, I don't know. But yeah, I believe him. We'll wait and see if that comes through. Maintenance wise, it's got pretty much full service history up until, I can't remember what it is, about 130, 140,000 miles, and then from there on it's just invoices. The book hasn't been stamped, but there are invoices with dates on, so it's been pretty well looked after. It has been pretty well looked after, I have to say. It just looks a little bit tatty on the outside, but it stops, it starts. It drove back. I drove back from near Stansted Airport, 2.5 hours, and it drove absolutely flawlessly the whole way back. Cruise is nice. The one thing that it is missing, which I would like to sort out as well, is we need to get Oh, cruise control fitted. Having driven the wife's Discovery Sport for however long and towing things and travelling the country in it, I need cruise control. I need to have cruise control. The one thing at the moment, I don't know what anyone else thinks, but the one thing that stresses me out, well, the main thing that stresses me out the most when driving is the worry of getting done speeding. Even though I drive within the limits, within the speed, within everything, and I'm always looking and I'm always aware of what's going on, back of my mind, speeding does mess. So if we've got cruise control, we can just set the cruise control, and we can just enjoy cruising, because I'm hoping we're going to be cruising out to Cornwall and down south quite a lot in this, because I need a holiday. I need a break, I need a holiday, but we've got to build it first. So give ourselves a bit more work just before. But anyway, like I've said in the Lupo video, I don't do review videos. I don't really know what to say. It's got really direct steering, the gear change is really nice. I don't know. It starts, it stops, it wallows, it rattles, it creaks, it bangs. The armrest falls down because it's broken. It puts a smile on my face. I'm glad to be back in a T5. I do love them. We were considering other things. We were considering, I did look at T4s, we looked at T25s, looked at bays, looked at splits, all sorts of different things. It's a nice camper van. End of the day, this fits the bill perfectly. I need to tow with it because I can't keep borrowing Abigail's car. We need something we can go camping in. This works for that. It just makes sense to have this van. It just makes sense in every scenario I have in my head. So, enough of me rambling on about it. Let's get in the workshop. Or we can't get it in the workshop. Let's get it close to the workshop, because it won't fit through the door with that roof rack on. Let's get the back ripped out, get a few bits stripped out, bulkhead out so I can move back, and then we'll go home, get the roof rack off the roof, and hopefully it'll look a little bit more me than trade van. Right, see you back at the workshop in a minute. Those 2.5 engines make a right noise, don't they? There's also now some sort of a clicking noise coming from this side. I have a funny feeling that a drive shaft may be on its way out. Right, let's start ripping some stuff out. There we go then, we've got a bit ripped out, plywood is all down there, metal is there, going in the metal skip. I'm going to go to the wood pile. I've not taken the floor out yet because we're going to be using it to pick stuff up, move stuff up. I'm literally about to go and pick something up now, so it makes sense to leave the floor in so we've got a sort of stable, even though it's got holes all in it for now, but it gives us an idea of the bones of the van. And as stupid as it sounds, it gives us a bit more of an idea of the feel of the size of the van, because the bulkhead is now gone. It's going to be very rattly, very bangy, and a lot louder, but I'm super happy that we've got the bulkhead out. It's grim and grimy everywhere. There's stuff and dirt from being a work van all over the shop, and we need to take the roof rack off. So I'm going to jump in it now, go and pick up and do what I've got to do with it, and then we'll head home. We'll get Abby to give us a lift off with the roof rack, and then the little transformation for today's episode will be complete. So I'll see you in a little bit when we're at home. We'll get our roof rack off. Right, so here we are back home. If you don't know already, we're renovating a bungalow on another YouTube channel, Dan and Abby channel, that I've got with my glamorous assistant wife. Head over, check that out, put a link in the description to that. 5-6 episodes on it, something like that.
No idea.
Of going on. You get sneak peeks here of things that you've not actually seen on that channel. Go and check it out. But yeah, back home, got the glamorous assistant. Let's get that roof rack off and make the van a little bit more big. There we go. Thank you very much to the wife for giving me a lift. It was a bit heavier than we expected. Might have looked like we were struggling a bit. We may have been, but we got it off. And the van looks a hell of a lot better than it did. It was just too much on there. You never know, we might even actually be able to fit it inside the workshop now. But taking that off just cleans the lines up a bit and makes it a little bit nicer. So the way it fixes on is by 8 M6 bolts that go in these holes on here with a piece of rubber on, and when you remove them you need to make sure you fit these, which are a little screw Allen key head. It's got a rubber washer that you put on here that makes it watertight again, because if you don't you will get water running in through that hole, down through the sides of the van, and rotting the inside of your van out. I got these from Amazon, and I think they were about 15 quid for 8 of them. So yeah, I think I searched for T5 roof rack screw, something along them lines anyway. Make sure you fit them on. So there it is then. That is the new project. We've got plenty of content to come out of this project. The beauty of it being such a big vehicle, there's so much we can do to it and so much content we can get out of it. I've got loads and loads of ideas whirling around my head. What do you guys think to the project? Good move? Not a good move? Excited to see what's going to happen? One of the first things I think we're going to have to do is sort that ride out. I can't drive around in a van that is that high for very long. But anyway, that is that one, guys. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Until next time, enjoy.